Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Breaking Character. My name is Jordan-Paige Suddeth. I am the show creator and host, and I actually have my nails painted today. They're chipping, but I got to be on set for something and they painted my nails, so that's fun. If you like what you see here today, please follow us on Instagram at Breaking Character Show. Click the subscribe button, like, and comment if you want, and you can click the notification bell to be notified when we post. Thank you all so much for being here today. I hope you are as excited for this guest as I am. This is someone who I have been friends with for a few years now and have had the opportunity to work with a few times, and am so excited to have her on the show. Ava Grace Roberts was born in Georgia. Ava Grace was bitten by the acting bug at the ripe young age of 5 when she stepped on the stage in her first play as Humpty Dumpty at her local community theater. Ava Grace thrives on her passion for live theater and embraces the world of film and TV and all creativity they offer. Ava Grace sees every audition as an opportunity to perform and loves every second of it. When Ava Grace is not on the stage or in front of the camera, she also enjoys singing, dancing, producing her own podcast, and baking desserts for her friends and family. One day, Ava Grace dreams of directing her own projects, be it film, stage, or television. Through all of her activities, Ava Grace still keeps her focus on her academic world as she excels in school. Ava Grace continues to perform in plays with different theater groups as she continues to pursue her love of the big and small screen. She already has had the privilege of booking a guest star role on a network TV pilot with director Lonnie Peristeri, filmed her first national commercial with Shaquille O'Neal, has filmed for several national fundraising campaigns and educational films, and has worked on many independent shorts that have won awards and festivals. The future is bright for this young actress. So without further ado, let's head to Zoom. All right, everyone, here we are with Miss Ava Grace Roberts, who is amazing in so many ways. So how are you doing today, Ava?
I'm great. I'm super excited to be here.
I'm so glad to hear that. So I mentioned in the intro, so these people have already heard it, but I am so glad that we've gotten to work together in projects. I can't speak today. So I'm super, super excited that you're here. So we are going to start off with good old 2 truths and a lie. So I know you have your 2 truths and a lie ready. So whenever you're ready, tell them to me and I will guess.
Okay. My favorite food is sushi. I just joined a bowling league for kids in my neighborhood, and I've played a guy on stage 5 times, a boy character.
Okay. All right. These are tough. I do not get simple ones. All right. Okay. Well, okay. I am going to guess. I'm going to guess that the first one is the lie.
No, it's actually the second one.
Dang it, that was my second guess.
Yeah, I'm not good at it at all. Like, I use the bumpers. I just can't do it.
You know, I use the bumpers too, and even with the bumpers, it's just like, no.
It's just kind of like I do it between my feet when I'm doing it. I just kind of
just like go straight, and it's like, no. Gotta love it.
Sometimes it just comes back to me. I don't really know how it works.
I feel like it's if you played the Wii and if you did it wrong and then it went backwards, and you're like, how did this just happen?
Exactly.
I love that. So yeah, you totally fooled me on that one. All right. So now most people watching this, you know, they probably know that you're an actor. But from what I know, you're actually a triple threat and you can sing, dance, and act. So I wanted to ask, which one is the first one that you started with, and which one is the most challenging for you?
So the first one I started with was acting. And even before, like, I even knew I was acting. Like, I would have friends come over and I'd be like, hey, we're going to put on a show for my parents. Here's the script. I've been writing it for a year, and we're going to perform this for my parents right now. And they were like, okay.
I love that.
And yeah, my parents, like, they started to pick up on it. And so I started in community theater when I was 5. And along the way, I picked up singing and dancing. And I've been working on those to help me with musical theater, but I've always been an actor. And that's also, like, now I'm film acting as well. So that's my home. And the hardest one is dance. Always been dance. Because when you go to a musical theater audition, like, you've prepared your song, you've prepared your monologue, but you're seeing the dance for the first time, so it's all new stuff. And you have to work really hard, like every day you have to stretch and practice like your past dances. So
yeah, I don't blame you with that one. Dance, I cannot dance. Oh my gosh. They're like, here's choreography. And I'm like, I can do that about a fourth of the way you did that. So put me in the back and then you're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's, I love hearing about, here's the script. We're going to act it out. Oh, I love that.
Oh, yeah.
That's great. So, you know, as you said in your Two Truths and a Lie, you know, you've played 5 male characters, but you've played a lot of characters in general, lots of different characters, and been on many sets or in many productions. So do you have a role that's really stood out to you and why?
Yes. So a lot of people actually don't know I did this. A few years ago, I was able to work on a project in Birmingham, Alabama, and it was an industrial promotional film for Big Oak Ranch. And Big Oak Ranch is a home for children who need a second chance, whose parents can't take care of them anymore. And I was playing a younger version of a girl named Elizabeth. And this is actually a true story. Her mom chose her boyfriend over her and brought her to Big Oak Ranch. And it was actually for the better because when she was there, she found a family of a bunch of girls and a mom and a dad who just supported her like for her entire life. And she actually grew up to be a mom herself. And it's just a really great story. And it's always like been in my heart. And I love that I'm able to be a part of something where people can see it and then they can give and they can donate to Big Oak Ranch.
I think that's awesome. I remember seeing that actually. I remember when your mom posted about that or when you posted about that. And I thought that was just such a good like promotional video. It was I was like, wow, that was, and then it made it even better that you were in it. And I was like, oh, it's Ava.
Yeah, it was so fun. It was amazing.
That's so great to hear. And stuff like that is, you know, so important and inspirational and just, and especially when it's based off of a true story. For sure.
Right.
So, here's my wild card question, which you have no idea what I'm about to ask you.
I'm so nervous.
If you were a superhero, what powers would you want to have?
I've thought about this. I think about this a lot, actually. Okay, if I was a superhero, I've always like wanted to fly, but I think like for me, the one I would use the most is if I could like, I'm gonna be a blue here. If I could like control objects.
Yes.
Like that would be just so useful for me. Like there's been countless times where I'm just in my bed and I'm like, that water is across the room, but I just don't want to get up and I could just come right to me. That would be so useful. Thought about it.
Very, very smart. I also love how you said, I'm going to be a blue here. That was great. For anyone who might be a little confused by that, Ava was in, I did a few films based on the Darkest Mind series, which is a book series, and there was a film that came out about it, and there's different kids have different colors, and a blue is someone who can move objects with their mind. And so Ava in the shorts was actually an orange who could control minds, but we did have a lot of blue characters. That would be very useful.
That would be so like I could just so easy.
Definitely. I think that, yeah, that would make life a lot easier in many different ways. Awesome. So now it is time for memory association. So memory association, I have got a random word generator pulled up here on my phone, and I'm going to generate a random word, and we are both going to say the first memory that we think of when we hear that word, the one that we're willing to share. Of course, you don't have to share anything that you don't want to. All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, our first word is, ooh, this one's interesting. Lie.
Lie?
Like lie. Yeah.
Oh God. Okay, I have a funny thing.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so I was in 3rd grade, and we were all playing soccer in gym, and we didn't really like pick teams. We just kind of went up there, and I was the only one that was willing to be goalie. So I went up there, and I was terrible. This guy was like scoring. He was so good on the other team. He was just like, he would score 8 at a time. And my whole class was like yelling at me, like, why are you so bad at this? Just get a new goalie. And so I was crying. And so I went to go sit back down. And my friend came up to me and she was like, why are you crying? For some reason, I just couldn't say I'm embarrassed that I'm bad at soccer. So I said, I'm crying because I'm moving to Madison, Wisconsin. Because I had heard that on the Disney Channel somewhere.
Oh,
And
that's
I was
brilliant.
yeah, I ended up telling it to like 8 different people, and they're like, I came to school the next week and they're like, so about that. Like,
Where did that go? Does that actually, oh my gosh. That's awesome. Like, well,
Yep.
mildly, I mean, yeah, I mean, I can't blame you for not wanting to be like, I'm embarrassed, but like, I cry too, like 100%. I would be in tears. But mine, the one I thought of is my brother once told me, he was like, you're a horrible liar. And I was, oh, wait, actually, now I have one. No, I'm going to tell a different story because I was about to tell this
Okay.
one and then I thought of a different one. So I was at lunch in maybe 6th or 7th grade, I think, in middle school. And I was sitting with my friend at the time, and he looked at me, and we were talking about acting. We were talking about theater and acting, whatever. And he was like, acting is just lying. And I was like, no, it's not. And we seriously had this heated discussion over lunch that was like, it was heated. And I don't think I spoke to him for like 2 weeks after that. Cause I was just like, I don't want to hear it. Like you know, I was so not having it.
I've had that conversation with a friend before, and I was so mad. I was like quoting Meisner. I was like, no, it's not. It's not.
I love that. Oh, yeah. That was the other story I was thinking of. Was my brother was like, you're a terrible liar. And I was like, name one time I've lied to you. And he couldn't. And I was like, exactly. It's like, trust me, it doesn't happen often, but you would, if you don't know, then that's how it is. So, and then that one was really short. So I was like, I thought of the other one. All right. Our next word is, let's see. Ooh, routine. Like a routine.
You go first. I don't know this one.
Okay. I'm thinking, the first thing I think of when I think of routine is like morning routine. And so I don't really have like a set in stone one, but just recently there was one time that I did not get to do the bare minimum thing of my morning routine, which was actually like 2 or 3 days ago, and I was on set for something. My call time was super early. And the thing is long story short, it was when the roads were like potentially going to freeze, and I was like, I'm going to get a hotel for the night so I'm closer to this set. So I plug in my phone, it's charging, I go to sleep and everything, and I was going to wake up at 4:30 because my call time was 5:30. And I was only like 10 minutes away from set, and so I was like, okay, I'm going to wake up at 4:30, make sure I can get everything done, yada yada yada. I wake up and the clock says 5:15, and I said, I'm sorry, what? And my phone that had stopped charging and had died during the night somehow, and so my alarm didn't go off. So where the routine comes in with this is, of course, I am scrambling to like get myself out the door as fast as humanly possible, and I did not have time to brush my teeth. It was disgusting, but I was like, the bare minimum of the morning routine, I was like, I have to throw all of that out the window. I have to leave. So for the whole like first 2 hours of the day, I was like, my breath probably smells so bad, and I feel so bad for anyone. But yeah, that was my thing. That's the first thing that came to my head.
Great. This one was actually not that long ago. It might have been a month ago. My whole school was quarantined just for a week. It was before we went back for the new year. And I was like being a little lazy that week, probably stayed in the same outfit all week. But I was like getting up every morning because my mom had to go to work. And I was like, you know what? I'm just not going to wash my face this morning. And I said that about 3 days in a row. And that weekend I had to get my headshots redone.
Oh no.
And so on Thursday, I was like, we have a problem here, here, and here. And so I was like, Mom, we have a problem. She was like, what did you do? And so we had to like, I don't know, she did some magic or something, but we were both like, I don't know what's happening, but I can't do my head just like this because I look like a pizza. So
acne is the worst.
I know, right?
I still try to get a handle on it, and my face is like, no, you're not, no. And my chin is just like constantly red. Like it's just always nope. And I know nothing about makeup. So it's not like nope, I have no knowledge. They'd be like, put on concealer. And I'd be like, the what now? The whom? What is that? So yikes. Yeah, I need to probably get a better face washing routine now that I think about it. So thank you for that reminder. So, some people may not know this, but I really want to touch on it. You have your own musical theater podcast that is called All Things Showstopper, which I think is so cool. I love it. So where did the idea for the podcast come from, and what's your favorite part about doing it?
The idea, so I've always loved musical theater since like I was born. And I also during quarantine started to get into voiceover. And I was thinking like, I need to create something that I can share with other people. And I took the musical theater and I took the voiceover and I just put them together because I heard Kendall Hanslick had just put out a podcast for True Crime Podcast. And I was listening to it and I was like, that's what I'm going to do. I'll make a podcast about musical theater. And it just clicked. And my favorite thing about doing the podcast is being able to research and write about something that I love, and then being able to share it with people that love it just as much as I do. Because usually I'm just talking my friend's ear off about musical theater, and they're just like, all right, we get it. So now I can just share it in like 10 minutes once a month. So it's like I can just put it out there. We don't have to talk about it in person.
I think that's awesome. I think podcasts are something so like I'm definitely more of like a visual person. So like, but I do enjoy listening to them if I'm like doing something else and I'm like, oh, let me put it on. And so I think that's awesome, especially that yours are like, 10 minutes, they're short, but they have everything, they cover everything, I think is awesome. So I'm very excited for the future of All Things Showstopper as well.
Me too.
So could you give some advice to the people watching? This could be career advice, life advice, whatever type of advice you would like to give.
If I could give advice to anybody, well, I'm only 14, so I still have a lot to learn myself. But if I could give advice to anybody, I would say find something that you're passionate about and then work hard to get to it. And then do it with confidence. Because if you don't do it with confidence, well, if you don't believe in yourself, then nobody else is going to believe in you. So you have to do it with confidence. You have to work hard. And you have to find that thing you're passionate about.
I love that. No truer words have been spoken than that. Yes, absolutely.
Confidence, secret of life.
Secret of life. Well, and I love it too that you put in there the work hard. And because I think that's something a lot of people kind of forget is they're like, oh, I want to do this. And you're like, okay, great. You have to do it in order to get there. And I mean, and it can feel like you're taking 4 steps backwards, only 1 step forward, but it's the journey.
Yeah. A lot of people come up with like a great genius idea and they just sit there with it
and don't want to put in the work.
Right. But like it could be so good if you would just take that next step.
Yep. Just even baby steps. So
right.
Yes, so true. So speaking of passion and things like that, when things get hard and when things get tough, what pushes you to keep going and go after your goals?
When things get tough, I always have to think about my why. And I have to think about what's my reason for doing this? And it's why do I love it so much? Because in this business, you hear 1,000 no's and 1 yes. And it's like, you just have to think about every audition is another opportunity to perform. And I love performing. And so you always have to think about why you love it and what's so good about getting to do that. And I also have a great support system. My parents and my friends and all my acting coaches have always been there to bring me up when I'm kind of on the low.
Yes. I can say firsthand that because I've worked with you so much, I have seen in your auditions, I have seen that when you know, it's clear to see that you love it and that you're into it and and it's so great. It's something in your eyes. It shows up and it's great. So lastly, where can people follow you and keep up with what you're doing, or what are your social media handles?
So you can follow me at Ava Grace Roberts on Instagram, Facebook, and I'm just now back on TikTok. And you can follow my podcast at All Things Showstopper on Instagram. and you should do all of those things like right now.
Yes, you absolutely should. They are all going to be in the description of this video. They are all down there. So rather than flashing them on the screen quickly, they're all down in the description below. And that's about it. So thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me. This is so fun.
I'm so glad. I'm so excited for this to go up. I already said in my outro that we're filming this 2 months early, so everyone knows. It'll be a little bit, but it'll be up. And I'm very excited. So thank you so much again.
Thank you so much for having me. This is awesome. Can't wait to see it.
All right, I'm going to click stop on the recording, so we are going to head out of Zoom.
Thank you so much for watching today. I really hope you enjoyed, and if you did, go ahead and click the like button. You can also subscribe to us and click the notification bell so you can be notified when we post, and follow us on Instagram at Breaking Character Show to keep up with us. If you yourself are a creative and you are interested in being on Breaking Character, check out the description box below where you can find information on how to submit yourself, and you can also find where to follow Ava, Grace, or I on any of our social medias. You may have noticed that the camera angle has just changed, and that is because, as I was about to say who the guest is for next week, I had forgotten, and I needed to go to my phone, which is what I'm recording on, to check it out. The thing is, though, at the time I'm recording this, which is February, and these videos are going up in April, I haven't solidified who the guest is for next week, so it's just going to be a big secret. Maybe I'll cut in a clip if I want to do one later on from now, once it's confirmed, but for right now, it's a secret. You and I both of us don't know. But do not be alarmed. No matter what, we will have a guest next week. By the time this video comes out, the guest will already be lined up. The videos will be ready to go. So we will see you next Tuesday.